So I have a Behringer X32 here that's not loading any files, and I'm gonna give you just a demonstration of what the screen looks like when it's not loading the files. Alright, so the mixer is on. We're gonna allow it to boot. So it should boot to the logo screen, and we should see the resource files come up at the bottom, say it's loading. Alright, but we're seeing that it's not loading any files. Alright, and what happens is that the entire board is dead. So there's no lighting on the board. None of these works, nothing works when that error comes up. And that error comes from this 4-pin connector here that comes from the main board. And I'm going to show you in a little while to test the voltage coming from the main board. Now this 4-pin connector goes up to this board right here, and this board is where we have all of the assign buttons. So that's the screen where you have the assign buttons. That's where that 4-pin connector goes into. And we're gonna check the voltage on the board. So most likely when you have that error, if you don't have any voltage coming out of this board, out of the main board, then it won't work. And that would be a main board issue. You'd have to change the main board to get that corrected. It's not an SD card problem, because an SD card problem, if it's not working, it won't boot up any at all. But let us go ahead and check the voltage on those pins. All right, so this is how we can check if there's voltage on this pin and what the voltage should be. So the voltage should be 3 volts, and that's the connector, the 4-pin connector that goes to the assign board from the main board. And as we can see, it's 3 volts. So without that 3 volts coming from the main board, then it won't load any resource files. So with the mixer correctly working, it should boot up, show that it's loading the files. Yes, files loading. All right, so everything is loaded. And then we are able to change different fader banks.